Hi there, welcome to I Alone Fly Tarot. I'm going to do a tarot reading for Capricorn energy, and I'm moving, and the only place I have left in my house is a bed and a dresser, so this is what we're using today. The message for Capricorn is it has to do with the King of Cups. What do people, it's kind of King of Cups is Pisces energy. People invest emotionally in things that are aligned with how they view life, how what kind of illusions they have about relationships. Some people's ideal relationship is where they can be bossy and controlling and selfish and greedy, or some people like to be in relationships with people who are fearful and insecure so that they can be bossy and controlling of them, and some people believe in their dreams and want to be in relationships based on love. The reason the King of Cups came out is because of the Ace of Swords. What is people's truth? I think you high vibe people have seen the truth that life is, about being free of your fear, your insecurity, your prideful, egotistical, materialistic nature. We all put work and effort to have stability and security in our life and be surrounded by the finer things in life, but that isn't the purpose of our life. The whole goal is to live a life being happy and being emotionally fulfilled and investing emotionally in other people who are on the same page as us, who have the same vision about relationship. So I think high vibe people are moving forward in the energy of love and truth and justice and fairness and balance and loyalty and character and commitment. And other people are going to move forward and keep investing emotionally in how they view the truth is. And we just have to see the truth that people are motivated and inspired by different things in life. Not everybody is motivated by love. They could get hurt doing that. Some people have been hurt and they don't want to do love again. They want to keep their emotions buried beneath the surface and they want to move forward more in pride and ego. That's their truth. I'm going to be emotionally defensive. Or I like to be bossy and controlling. I know, I have an idea. I'm going to go find someone who hasn't learned to love and believe in themselves, and I'm going to go try to get them to get in a relationship with me so I can be bossy and controlling. Everybody's going to move forward and invest emotionally into things based on what their truth is in life and how they view relationships and how they view themselves and how they view the world. High vibe people have seen the truth. It's about love, loving yourself, believing in yourself, believing in your dreams, not letting shadowy people in your past who were unloving, who were unkind, who were bossy, who were manipulative, who were hateful or abusive or whatever, not letting those people stop you from believing in your dreams. And you're going to keep moving forward, believing in your dreams and investing in your dreams and trusting in love that the divine helps us all manifest our dreams into reality based on what we think every day about what we think is possible. And you're choosing to invest in love and believing the divine is going to help you manifest that into reality. And all the people in your life that are moving forward with you that way, your friends, your family, your children, your siblings, just in general, other people in the world who are on the same page as you, they're doing that too. But we have to be aware that other people are moving forward trying to get in relationships with people, but their truth isn't the same as your truth. And we're going to see how different people are harnessing their Capricorn energy right now. I don't want so many. Just, 2 or 3 at a time. Okay. Well, the King of Wands flew out. You might know, some of you in particular, it might be an Aries, but you want someone who harnesses their Aries in a high vibe energy because people can be an Aries sun sign. We can all harness Aries energy. You want to invest in people who harness high vibe Aries energy. Why? The 9 of Swords. You want to be in a relationship with people who've given a lot of thought. There's a maximum of 10 in every suit. This is the 9. This is people who've given a lot of thought. If they're 9 swords up in their head, they've given a lot of thought to an Ace of Cups in their heart. What is love? What is loving? What isn't loving? What is manipulative? What is selfish? What is greedy? We can think we love people. Other people can tell us they love us. Do they? Are they being loving? Or are they being selfish and greedy and prideful and egotistical and self-centered and manipulative? You yourself are investing emotionally in you harnessing King of Wands energy, which is fire energy, which is being bold and brave and strong because you have given a lot of thought to what is love and what isn't love. And Aries energy, like Capricorn energy and Cancer and Libra, are all, I can't think of what the word is about it, but you're all people who are willing to start fresh and start new. And the King of Wands is holding an Ace of Wands. I have worked through all my, well, we all got layers of our fear and our insecurity and our self-limiting beliefs. You've worked through some anyway to get to a truth that you are ready to have a new inspired beginning. And if there's other people in the world that you come across as you're moving forward, that you view as being other people who are bold and brave and strong and have given a lot of thought to the truth, those are the type of people you want to invest in. Not people who are fearful and insecure. The other people, those people emotionally invest in harnessing shadowy Aries energy. I'm emotionally invested in it being all about me. I'm bossy. I'm controlling. I have a lot of fear about love. I live more from my mind than my heart. And they also might want to invest in other people who have a lot of fear and insecurity about love or believing in themselves or trusting other people. We live on the spectrum. We all have a dualistic nature. Most people are probably in the middle range, somewhere on either side of the knowledge of good and evil, and some people are on polar extremes. You want to invest in people who are bold and brave and confident, who've given a lot of thought to love. Other people want to keep investing in instead of being bold and brave and confident in love, they have fear of love, and they've decided they want to indulge themselves in relationships. If it's good for their ego and their image or sexually, other people are willing to indulge them. Hey, that works for them. Perfect. And you don't want to be in relationships with people who are like that. And so you are going to take some bold, brave, confident action in your life and invest in other people who are like that. What next is part of the story for Capricorn? If some of you right now have some people in your life that you're working with who are kind of defensive of love, stressed about love, you might be trying to encourage them and communicating with them and offering them encouragement, love, and support to try to get them out of their fears and insecurities and out of their more egoic nature to be more bold and brave and confident within themselves. The next, we have the Four of Cups, the Tower, and the Knight of Swords because of the Ten of Cups. Now, for some of you that have been trying to encourage someone in your life to align with their more loving nature and take that cup of love and to let go of their defensiveness, if they do, you can move forward together. If they don't, you could be realizing that if I want to be in long-term, emotionally fulfilling relationships, it's not going to happen here. I've kept trying to offer love to someone, and they keep being defensive because they're fearful and afraid of being hurt, and they maybe don't have a very strong emotional foundation within themselves to believe they can weather storms in life, I think if people were bold and brave and thought, if a relationship doesn't work out and I am really sad and everything, I love and believe in myself that I think I can recover from it. Other people don't believe they can recover from it. And so instead they're willing to keep ignoring love, because with love I could get hurt, and they're willing to let people who they could be in a loving long-term relationship with go in the Tower card because they're defensive. And then there's some people who like to be bossy and controlling in relationships. That's like their ideal relationship. And they like to align with their more unstable way of being. I don't build my foundation based on love. I'm on an unstable foundation. I make decisions in my life out of fear or insecurity or pride or ego or emotional defensiveness or self-centeredness. It's got to be all about me. And some of you are speaking your truth to people like that. Some people you already did, and you've already let that foundation go. Some of you are just letting a foundation go. And if it isn't a partner, it could just be, if you're in a relationship, it could be someone else in your life that, we've got to distance ourselves from that person. They might be a part of our family, but they're kind of bossy and controlling and they're not very loving. We've tried to encourage them, but they keep being like defensive, and they almost seem to be trying to destabilize our foundation. It's kind of like, misery loves company. And if some people are really fearful of love, sometimes those people try to disrupt the lives of loving people so that you're all up in your head and stressed and anxious, and you feel like you don't trust love anymore because this person has done all these things, and you know just a bunch of mess. And you're just like, I'm not doing that. I'm going to be bold and brave and confident. I accept the fact that for some reason you don't want to move forward in the energy of love. You're still aligned with maybe your self-centered focused nature, or your immature nature, or indulgent, or selfish, or greedy, or prideful, or egotistical nature. I wish you peace, but I'm going to speak my truth, and I'm going to defend my dreams. And if you're not willing to let go of thinking living your life that way is what's going to make you happy, if you think that's going to make you happy, then peace out. Hope you enjoy it. But in your Knight of Swords energy, you're defending living your life differently. And you're going to protect that from people who have their own idea of what it means to be in relationships, because that's kind of the Knight of Cups Pisces energy. What it's about is kind of like how you view relationships and your ideas of what is the ideal relationship. And some people are happy causing chaos in relationships, in families. It makes them feel empowered. We either empower ourselves and we love ourselves and we've offset our fear, our insecurity, our pride, our ego with love and hope and faith and belief, that we've empowered ourselves. We don't look for a false sense of empowerment by how we can impact other people's life in a negative way. Like, look how powerful I am. Look at the chaos I caused in their life. Look how sad they are. Look, that's a false sense of empowerment, because you only have that sense of power as long as it's affecting those people the way you were hoping it would affect them. And when those people get over it or whatever, then it's like the balloon deflates, and people who are shadowy need to go find another fix and go see whose life they can go disrupt and cause chaos and mayhem in their life for them to feel powerful. High vibe people they derive their sense of empowerment from themselves, not from a loving foundation, not from causing chaos and conflict in other people's life. There actually could have been some people in shadowy energy. They could have seen people that were detaching from the past, because that's what the Tower can mean. And instead of feeling like they'd missed an opportunity with someone, they were moving forward and detaching from the past and moving forward in love and defending people to protect a dream. And some people didn't like that. And they could have had the idea, I know, I'm going to use my fiery nature, my charm, my looks, my sexuality, whatever, to try to cause someone a lot of stress and anxiety about how they're moving forward in life. Like, is this your truth? Are you sure you want to move forward with those people? I don't know. They might hurt you. They might, leave you out in the cold. They might do all this stuff. And it's trying to get those people to let go of aligning with the loving people in their life. Some people could have already done that in your life. Other people are trying to do that in your life right now. There's always people in the world who are in shadowy energy. They're jealous, they're envious, they're petty, they're prideful, they're egotistical, they don't care who gets hurt, because shadowy Capricorn energy is represented by the devil, which we can all harness, that shadowy devilish nature. And if they saw other people were moving forward in truth and love, well, I don't like that. I don't have that. And some of those people tried to appeal to people that maybe some people in their own family. I don't think you should move forward with those people. I think you should stay aligned with us. I think you should ignore their love offer. And for some people, because they do live in shadow, which can be shadowy Capricorn, can be people who live a more superficial life. It is about the image and the status and the money, and that's the most important thing, and that's why we take certain jobs, and that's why we get in certain relationships. It isn't about love. We get hurt doing that. The most important thing is our image and our status, how much money we have, and if people view us a certain way. And some people come from families that are like that, and they don't want people in their family or their friend group or whatever to go really live the life of their dreams, being, having it all, believing in themselves, believing in love, being in relationships based on love, because they didn't. And some of those people harness shadowy Capricorn energy. I don't want you to put your work and effort into freeing yourself from us. I don't want you to see the truth that we're kind of bossy and controlling and manipulative and self-centered and superficial. Because the truth sets us free. And for some people to move forward in life, they would have to see the truth about some people in their life that they had been aligning themselves with and what they had aligned with within themselves. And some people also aren't moving forward in loving relationships because they would have to live life differently than they've lived it. They could have been in foundations in the Ten of Cups with people who harness more Three of Cups energy, where they ignore love. We don't operate from a foundation of love. We use our emotions manipulatively to create this illusion of what a loving family we are, but we're really kind of superficial and shallow maybe. But by worldly standards, it could look great. And in order for some people to move forward in their life more authentically, they would have to see the truth. They'd have to see through the illusion of people in their life that they've aligned with, or what they've aligned with within themselves as being like the dream relationship. Can't I just be kind of superficial and shallow and kind of more about me and my wants and my needs and my lust and my greed and not deal with my fears and insecurities? Can't I move forward in relationships like that? Well, if they can find someone who is willing, hasn't maybe seen the truth of that, because usually everybody creates an illusion. They get in relationships. It's like, oh no, I'm willing to bring the dream into reality. I'm not selfish. I'm not greedy. I'm not fearful. I'm not insecure. I'm not superficial and shallow. But they are. And eventually some of the people who live their life like that get in relationships with people, and eventually people see the truth and they let go of being in a relationship with them. You have illusions about what it means to be in a relationship. Your idea of what it means to be in a long-term, emotionally fulfilling relationship, for you, it seems to be more about you. It being all about you. Your wants, your needs, your lust, your greed. You being emotionally manipulative, living more from your mind than your heart. That's your idea of a perfect relationship. That's not my idea of an ideal relationship. And people end relationships with people like that. And you could have had to end a relationship with someone like that. If they haven't let go of the past, if they haven't shed some layers of their self-centeredness and their egoic nature, it's not someone you want to be in a relationship with. And negative energy, just like we have a dualistic nature, we have the knowledge of good and evil within us. We live in a dualistic world. There's some people in the world aligned with their more shadowy energy. There's other people in the world who are more loving and kind and encouraging and supportive. And we have to listen to our intuition about who we want to align with in our own life. And if we had been aligning with some people that we could have love for, they could be in our own family group, but they try to be kind of bossy and controlling and try to instill fear and insecurity, try to make us doubt ourselves and not love ourselves and keep kind of encouraging us to be in our more unstable nature, in our fear, in our insecurity, in our codependency. Do we want to keep aligning with people like that, or are we going to see the truth? Loving people encourage us to believe in ourselves, to grow to our full potential, to be all that we can be, to face our fears and insecurities, not people who try to play on our fears and our insecurities or our more immature nature. They encourage us to grow and mature ourselves to be all that we can be. But again, we can have shadowy people in our life, in our own families, in our own friendship groups, people we get in relationships with and marriages with, who don't want us to do that. Because if they were going to keep moving forward with us, they have to do that work within themselves too. And they have to detach from some old ways of being and maybe detach from some people in their life or other people that they thought they could maybe get in relationships with. At some point, you have to make a choice. Who am I going to align with in my life? What is my truth? Am I willing to speak my truth? Some people aren't moving forward with loving people in their life because it would require them to speak their truth. And some people do not want to speak their truth or speak the truth. There could be people in their life they'd have to stand up to. And they could have a lot of fear and insecurity about speaking their truth to those people if those people are kind of bossy and controlling. Some people are in relationships with people who are like that right now, and some of those people also are thinking of letting that go, even though we can have love for people and not be in a relationship with them, or we just see them at Christmas, but we kind of keep our we keep our distance from them because they are kind of self-centered or egotistical or selfish or greedy, and it's like, you might be a part of my family and I can have love for you, but yeah, I don't really care to hang out with you. Or we can love someone that we could have been in a romantic relationship with, and we realize that we view life differently, so we can still have love for people and not be in a relationship with them. So then we have the Eight of Wands, the Four of Pentacles, and the Six of Cups because of the Devil. The Devil, is Capricorn energy, like I mentioned, but it can also be, we have to be willing to face our fears. Some people aren't willing to detach from old ways of being and people in their life and ways that they've lived their life because they would have to face their fears that they have, when it's just like growing up in life. And if you're going to go get a new job, or you're going to go to college, or you're going to move to a new town or something, it's scary. It's going to bring up some fears and insecurities we have within ourselves. And the Eight of Wands talks about taking creative, inspired action forward to be bold and brave and confident to face your fears. And to Eight of Wands is Sagittarius energy, which is about higher education. We would have to take some creative, inspired action to wrap our brain around this game of life and to face some of our fears and insecurities if we want to hold back from repeating the same old patterns of life and relationship and doing things the way we've always done it. If we've been in relationship with people who are bossy and controlling, and that's kind of our pattern, that we're used to enabling people who are bossy and controlling, or maybe we let our more fiery nature, kind of more of our lustful, impulsive nature run our life, and it's ended up not working out for us, that the relationships don't work out, and things come crumbling down. We're starting to maybe listen to our intuition that if I don't want the same pattern of relationship to work out, if I don't want to be in a relationship with people who are self-centered or egotistical or bossy and controlling, I can't control other people. All I can do is do work within myself to learn to align with some more hopeful, believing nature within myself, to learn some lessons I was meant to learn, to love myself, maybe offer love to my own foundation instead of looking to other people to love me, because that's us being in our more codependent energy. Like, well, can't I just get in another relationship and they'll love me and then I'll feel all better? Well, again, it makes us codependent on other people. Yeah, we all want to be in relationships with loving people, but it starts within ourselves. We have to learn to treat ourselves with love and compassion and forgiveness and kindness and encouragement, like be our own best mother, father, coach voice in our own head, in our own foundation, to learn to take that cup of love, to let go of letting our illusions or our fears or insecurities or our codependency dictate our life. We need to speak the truth that I am bold and brave and confident. and I deserve to look at life as an adventure to be lived. I am willing to face my fears. I'm going to hold back from people in my past who do repeat these same patterns of relationship. Maybe because they're not willing to move forward and be bold and brave and confident, but I am. And if they want to keep repeating those same patterns of relationship or ignoring love and keep aligning with their same ways of being and people in their life that might manipulate and control them that they don't want to speak their truth to, well, they're staying in a little bit of hell. And some people do that because, if you were to look at life as a game of like a video game where you go to the next levels, every level has its new things that you need to deal with. Some people would rather stay with the devil they're with than face new devils in their life, right? I know this devil. I know these people. I know how to work with these people. I'll just stay here. Even though they feel like they're missing an emotional opportunity, they're not willing to detach from those people and speak their truth and fight for them living their life and doing the things that really light them up and inspire them, and being in the jobs and the careers and the people in their life that they're really like attracted to, because that's what the devil can mean. And I'm not willing to stay back here ignoring love because I'm unwilling to deal with my fears and my insecurities or the fact that I might get hurt. Life's an adventure to be lived. I want to live it. And if I know someone in the Six of Cups that harnesses high vibe Scorpio energy, doesn't matter what zodiac sign they are, they're people who want to work with me from a deep emotional foundation. Those are the people I want to hold on to. And I'm willing to face my fears and insecurities, and I'm going to take creative, inspired action to deal with my fears and insecurities, because those are the type of people I want to work with. I don't want to live this superficial life. I don't want it to be in relationships just because it's indulging my lust or my greed or my ego or my image. I want to really live my life, you know? And if that means I have to hold back from some people in my past or my own shadowy nature that tries to keep me in my fear and my insecurity, and then other people in my life who try to tempt me to stay living my life the way I did, and they play on my fear and my insecurity or my lust or my greed or my more fearful, immature nature, I'm going to hold back from those people because they don't have my best interest at heart. They're not encouraging me to be all that I can be. Probably because they're not being all they can be. And if I go live my authentic life, then they can't, manipulate me and control me, because if people want you to be in your shadow, they want you to be in your shadow energy for a reason, because then they can manipulate and control you just because it makes them feel powerful. Maybe they're very competitive. I don't want you to choose the loving people in your life. You should align with me. I should be the most important person in your life, even if I'm your sibling or your mother. I mean, some people are control freaks. I don't want you to go live your life and be authentic and with loving people. I'm not living my life that way. I'm not in a relationship like that. Why should you get your dreams to come into reality? And I didn't. I don't want you to have it all. I want you to be in fear and insecurity just like me. I want you to keep moving forward, holding back from the loving people in your life. I want you to keep letting me control and manipulate you. I want you to keep moving forward with me, being fearful and afraid and codependent. Then I can manipulate you and control you. Sometimes shadowy people in our life, they do things, they get the idea. I know. If they're starting to love and believe in themselves and heal from their past pain and heartbreak, I have an idea. I'm going to do something that's going to cause them to go up in their head. I'm going to be bossy and controlling. I'm going to maybe ignore their love, not offer them love. I'm going to do things that purposely destabilize this foundation. That way, in their Knight of Swords, they keep focused on us and this relationship instead of moving forward and realizing they should hold back from someone like me because I'm not being loving and I'm being selfish and manipulative and hurtful and unkind. And they really should hold back from working together with me. But if I can do these things that get them all up in their head, make them feel sad, try to destabilize them so they're in shadowy energy just like me, then they might be defensive of loving and believing in themselves and trusting other people and getting in a different relationship and facing their fears and getting in a relationship with another devil. And they might decide to stay with the devil they've got. And they'll keep moving forward with me, holding back from being emotionally balanced and loving themselves. And they'll keep clinging on to me. And we'll keep repeating the same pattern over and over and over because that's my dream relationship. You know, shadowy people want us to be in shadowy energy. They're not growing and maturing and being bold and brave and confident and facing their fears and insecurities. And they don't want us either to. And they don't want us to do any of those things because we're going to quit indulging them in a relationship. Because we're going to find them to be unhealthy. We're going to speak our truth that we are going to hold back from them if they're going to be selfish and greedy and prideful and egotistical and abusive. And for some people, you could have been in relationships with people like that. They thought for sure that their plan, because people in a relationship have free will, they had the free will choice to be open and honest and loving, to tell you about some of their fears and their insecurities, and you could have worked together to move forward, deepening your relationship. But some of them like, no, I don't want to do that. I know I have a better idea. In my pride and ego, I think I have a better idea. I think I'll be selfish and greedy and prideful and manipulative and hurtful, and I bet they won't love and believe in themselves. Why? Because they've never loved and believed in themselves to let go of their past pain and heartbreak and overcome their fears and insecurities and their self-limiting beliefs, so they didn't think you would either. And for some of you, it really rocked their world when you spoke your truth and moved away from them and held back from them because you find them to be manipulative and unloving. You did what they have never done in their life. And you might be communicating with some other people who also hold back from people like that in their life, who are also wanting to work together with people from a deep emotional foundation, who've been working through their own fears and insecurities and self-limiting beliefs, waiting for someone like you to come into their life. And as you're moving forward, you might be communicating with other people about your life to find out if other people have learned some of the same lessons you have and that they want to work together with you. And other people who are moving forward with you, friends, family, siblings, whatever, they're all doing that work within themselves too, to not be selfish and greedy and bossy and manipulative in relationship with you because they have the same dream as you. They want to work together with people who have freed themselves from their more, I want it all my way. It's got to be all about me. Can I be petty and envious and jealous and selfish and manipulative in this relationship? They all discipline themselves. And when they even feel like doing that, they educate themselves about, why would I do that when I have loving people that I can work with? Why would I sabotage myself like that? And they hold back from their shadow nature. They take bold, brave, creative action to figure out, why am I feeling that way? They put in work and effort to get balance within themselves so they can keep being in a loving, balanced relationship with you. And those are the people we want to move forward with. Tell us what high vibe Capricorns have coming forward in their life. The Ten of Pentacles. Well, for one, I think the reason it's not showing itself is because it hasn't maybe come into your reality yet. But as you call judgment on an old foundation, your more worldly foundation, other people who harness more shadowy Virgo energy where their long-term goal is to align with their worldly nature, their materialistic, selfish, greedy, prideful, immature, I don't want to learn lessons nature. When you call judgment on those people and judgment on yourself, that we all have to be held accountable for our actions. We're not responsible for the way they've acted in relationships. They're not responsible for how we acted in relationships. We all take responsibility for our own actions based on what we're motivated and inspired by in life. And they have to be responsible for the way they have behaved in relationships, and you're taking responsibility for how you've behaved in relationships. And you're letting go of an old foundation to have a new foundation come into your life. You want to work with people who harness high vibe Virgo energy, not low vibe Virgo energy. And high vibe Virgo energy is people who've done the inner work to see the truth. They have gained some insight and clarity and shed some of their layers of their fear, of their insecurity, of their self limiting beliefs to believe in love. And they take bold, brave, confident action to take that cup of love, to detach from old ways of being, to speak their truth and move forward in life in a new way. Other people just keep repeating the same old pattern. Different people, different relationships, but being exactly the same way. It's like having a bad boss. Do you think someone who was an icky boss at one job is going to go to a different job and miraculously become a different person? No, they might wear a false mask for a while, but eventually their icky boss tendencies will come back out. Tell us about the people who harness shadowy Capricorn energy. They keep ignoring love. They keep investing in unstable foundations. That's how they think they will be happy. They keep being defensive to taking creative action to deal with their own fears, insecurities, ego, selfishness, and greed. And they keep clinging to their old ways of living life. And they keep repeating the same pattern over and over and over. And eventually, it kind of, I think, gets worse and worse. It gets more and more toxic because I think the divine wants us all to grow and expand and mature ourselves and evolve ourselves, just like the universe is ever expanding. Could you imagine if we still had the people who are like, oh no, we're going to still do the caveman days, and society and everything is evolving around them? Eventually, it just becomes really toxic because we're supposed to use our creativity and our imagination to take the good things that we had of the past and build upon those things. And some people do not want to change at all. They kind of lack, I think, that creative spark, and they don't trust and listen to their intuition. They ignore like life force energy and insist on doing things the same over and over and over, staying in their comfort zone, I guess. Tell us what the people in shadowy energy don't see coming in their life. I think those people are going to get in their own relationships with people, and it's going to be unstable, but part of the reason why they could get in those relationships, again, it's not to get in a relationship because of love. It could be out of fear, insecurity, envy, jealousy, ego, to tell other people in their life, look at me, like I've moved forward, I got in a new relationship. But it's like, well, that's good for you. It's going to be the same, maybe not right away, but I know you're your same toxic self that hasn't dealt with any of your issues, and those issues are going to come to the surface eventually, and the same old situation will happen over and over and over. Eight of Cups, High Priestess, the Devil, the King of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, and the reason is because of the Chariot. This is a lot of cards in shadow that is about people who want to look like they're moving forward, like they're victorious, and they're going to move forward hiding the fact that they're toxic and selfish and fearful and insecure or bossy or controlling or greedy and materialistic. That it's all about image and status and money and materialism that drives them. That's our dream. And that's how they think they will be happy. If I hide my fear and my insecurity and I don't ever deal with it, and if I present myself as being like a stable, grounded, nurturing, emotionally balanced person, people will want to get in a relationship with me and I don't ever have to deal with it. The thing is, as they keep moving forward in this relationship, their shadowy nature is there. And they're going to sabotage their own relationship because they have fear and insecurity of opening up, of learning lessons in life and detaching from some of their old ways of being. And they'll repeat the same old patterns that they repeated in the other relationships. And eventually it will become toxic and unhealthy because of their fear, because of their insecurity, because of their codependency, because of their bossy, controlling, lustful, greedy, prideful nature. if they get in relationships with other people who had hope and faith and belief that a dream was going to come into reality based on love, those other people are going to see the truth that this person didn't get in a relationship with them because of love. And they're going to let go of the relationship and hold back from this person because this person is more indulging in the relationship. They create the illusion they're going to bring a dream into reality, but they really don't put work and effort to bring that dream into reality. They're hoping people buy into the illusion and that people will stay in the relationship because of the image and because of the status and because of their own fear and insecurity. And some people just aren't willing to do that. And some of them might, you know. But that, if you were in relationships like that, you didn't want to stay in it because of that. And you are holding back from someone in your past who you know chose not to be open, honest, loving, authentic, wasn't willing to speak their truth, would rather let the relationship go than stand up for themselves or align with truth and love. They'd rather ignore love, keep living life the way they have, not detach from other people in their life, and be more independent. Whatever the case can be. Be high vibe people. I would say the judgment card is like karma and the end of a trial. You have completed a cycle in your life. The 10 of cups, any 10 in tarot and high vibe can be completing a cycle. You've seen the truth about people who are like that. You've gained a lot of insight and wisdom from that life experience, and you're taking that with you as you go to move forward in your life and work with other people in your life. You're not as naive or gullible as you were before. You've learned to be more bold and brave and strong, and that could have been the whole purpose of you coming into relationship with people like that, was for you to learn to love and believe in yourself, to be more bold and brave and confident within yourself, to offer love to your own foundation so that you can quit being in relationship with people who try to manipulate you or confuse you or dominate or control you. And you've learned to stand up for yourself and be more bold and brave and confident in life, and to face and work through some of your own fears and self-limiting beliefs so that you don't repeat those patterns, and judgment is going to go in your favor. And you will have, from the 4 to the 10 in the 6 of Pentacles, you will work together with other people who are on the same page as you, because you're no longer investing time, energy, and effort into people who aren't on the same page as you. And that frees you up to invest in people who are on the same page as you, and you will work together with other people who are on the same page as you, who are just and fair and open and honest and loving, and you'll have a truly abundant, stable life. The other people are going to have an illusion of victory and stability, but it's based on more fear and insecurity and not on truth and love. So there you go, Capricorn. I wish you peace, love, and joy, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.